So I'm Rémi Auman, I'm a vehicle dynamics engineer for Alpine. And today I will be the only presenter as my colleague was not able to join us this year. So what I will show you, this is what we did in 2025. So it's an echo to what my colleague presented you last year, the objectives and where Alpine want to be in simulation. So I will do this in the introduction. I will show you how we manage it in 2025 through our an important timeline. We do a little technical focus on how Alpine team improves workshop efficiency using Seymour Bench and its services. And after a very quick overview of what we wanted to do in 2026 and for next years. So as an introduction, here were the objectives my colleague presented you last year during last summit. The main objectives was a fast ramp up, so in very few months we have to grow up and to add more simulation in project. So that's our first objective. We have also, in 2024, we were delivered a static simulator that will be upgraded in 2025. So we have to go very fast in operation, and we will see in the timeline how fast it was. And also we have to be embedded also in a project to bring them a quick answer for early convergence. So for Alpine, it's quite a new mindset. It's not using simulation only to validate, but also to bring specification for vehicle development and to support the full development from the initial kickoff of the project to the final validation. Of course, as many of you, we are embedded in short loop with different departments, different design teams. We are also involved in advanced projects where our role is to accelerate innovation by bringing them a support where they can focus only on their control logic or on their specific system. And we have also to change our mindset from a reactive way through simulation to predictive, so to be sure before having the first prototypes to be sure of the parts we will install in the car. So this presentation today will focus on this success we had in 2025. So who we are, we simulation team are integrated in customer performance services where our main goal is ride and handling, steering and braking performance. We have also a little department of chassis control, powertrain variability and ADAS. So we are involved in this service. And the simulation team today in Alpine is approximately 6 persons, and with help of other externals, we are near 10. We are responsible of the digital twin of all vehicle models of Alpine, so the current model, but also a project in development, and also an application for Renault. We use multimodal model as a reference, and we use it for comfort studies. And we made the choice to do offline simulation with car real time for handling and for the deal operation. Other roles we are responsible of powertrain variability computations. We are in charge also of the DIM 250 operations, so we have to bring the support to our final users. We are only user FSS for comfort studies, but we bring a lot of support to them also. And we develop external models and tools to improve our final user simulation experience, so they can focus only on the experiment and not learning the software or the methodology. So for that, the simulation team is integrated in projects, so we do not have specific budget or resources for simulation. We are embedded in the project from the first kickoff to virtual track creation. And of course, we are a lot embedded in innovation lab in order to bring them support to focus only on their interest. So let's come now to our timeline 2025. So In 2024, we receive the software, we start to learn how to use it, and we do not have enough maturity on project to be able to start a real one. But beginning of 2025, we receive mature data. So what we did is to robust the method to create the process. As in Alpine, we are at the beginning of our simulation chapter. We take time and energy to have a strong process. So we try to develop tools, methodology, and we develop also in-house specific tools to simplify the vehicle dynamics modeling task for all the people that are embedded in vehicle modeling. On the first static dynamic simulator, so we have, technology. We just run a specific experiment for project. It was more preparation for a real experiment that will occur in June. So it was more to see if we were able to take the data, to register everything, to exchange file, to load the different models. As I say, our dynamic simulator was delivered end of May last year during the conference. And our first experiment will occur middle of June. So in less than 2 weeks, we have to be ready for use in a real experiment where results were waiting by the project. The project was tire development, as many of you, that's one of our main focus. And this joint test was to freeze tire specification because in the development, we still remove some joint tests on physical prototype. Then, during the summer, we accelerate innovation by starting to externalize a lot advanced model. So advanced aerodynamic, advanced suspension systems, and electric driveline. So we externalize everything in order to be able to bring the control logics that our partners develop. We are, of course, embedded in short loop, and that's really important for us. So we develop tools to better understand what we do during joint test for tires. So we develop in-house specific tools to read tire model. And it's a standalone application where we do not want to depend on a car application. We just want to see what is the tire. And during the summer, we also externalize suspension model from car real time. Not because it was not working, but it's like a Lego. We wanted to go fast by using external model. And we develop an external suspension in order to not waste time with our professional drivers. So when we have them, it's only for 2-3 hours. So we have to maximize the efficiency with them. So we develop external models in order to use the power of Sim Workbench to change in live all the settings of the car. So for example, changing spring stiffness, damper, and so on. But I will go back just after on this one. We continue to support the development cycle. So at the end of the year, on a specific project, we first experiment physical tire modeling that embedded thermal behavior. So we integrate it quite easily, I think, in the simulation. And all this methodology, here I focus a lot on handling, but we apply also the same approach and the same philosophy for comfort analysis. And so we run our first experiment of replay multi-body model simulation on the FSS to compare different settings and different specification of dampers, bushing, and so on. In Alpine, we do not have specific budget for developing simulation, so we use projects and their specification to start to create our library. So here are what we address as first external model in 2025 using a lot MATLAB Simulink. So as my colleague from Lamborghini, we use it as a lot of Lego we assemble compared to what we want to do in the model. Our role, again, also is to bring the good level of complexity and maturity of the model thanks to the experiment we want to drive. So here is what we done in 2025. In white is all we start in 2025 and is still in progress thanks to the different projects. And here in red is what we intend to do in 2026. So some of them are still started. So we focus a lot on advanced model for by-wire systems, on thermal behavior, and all sustainability. We want, in fact, to be able to address on the simulator synthesis drive and to be able to bring all this function to the application. Okay, so how we improve our efficiency on Seymour bench. If I go back to this library of models, what our role is to use these functions in the models, and I will just want to do a little focus on two of them, what we developed for our new APP project. So it's a pure rear-wheel drive vehicle with dual engine. So we integrated in an external model in Simulink in order to have the control of the torque on each machine regarding torque vectoring, but also regenerative braking. And second one that interests us a lot for workshop is externalize all suspension forces. So how we do this, as I said, as we are at the beginning of simulation chapter for Alpine, we take time to have a strict methodology and to have a transversal approach. So it means if I develop something for project A, I don't want to take a lot of time to adapt it to project B. So what we did is what is on the schema on the right. We use a lot Simulink capabilities for that. All our functions are subsystem standalone reference model, where in fact you can resume it as a standard function. In a core model, so that's the white box, we assemble all these bricks to create the model we want for the project. So for example, I can add active aerodynamics with, I don't know, damper, active dampers, and why not four-wheel steer. So I choose which function I want to use in the car, but right now I'm not dedicated to a car. I just create a selection of function. And then in red I have the top model, where here we start to be specific to a simulation environment. So we are able to do, of course, a connection to the deal, offline simulation with car real time also, but also standalone replay mode. So it's really important, especially when we work with control chassis guys who don't have the license for car real time, for example, and they just want to do a replay mode to control and to see if there is regression or new results that are waiting. And here it starts also to be the specific to a project. So here we have the parameters of the vehicle, wheelbase, mass, and so on. And by doing this, it was very easy to change from a configuration A to configuration B. Even in the same model, if we have different suspension frequency, different chassis systems, we can easily switch from different models. And also we can disable it when our driver wants. As an example, today, in fact, we take the approach that the function embedded in the external model has no static values. All is externalized, so the driver request and vehicle state, of course, but also calibration. So that means that during the driving, with the Seymour bench facilities, we are able to change the calibration in live. So we win a lot of time with this So, for example, for active torque vectoring, it's very easy to change thanks to a specific mode or to adjust it to a corner or so on. And as we are able to change the track from Nürburgring, Spa, and so on, it's very easy to switch quickly between configuration and to test very quickly the different scenario. Especially on external simulating suspension forces model, we win a lot of time. In fact, as I said, we don't want our driver to waste time when he is in a simulator. So we need to develop a fast prototype. We don't want to recompile a model or to regenerate an XML file from the carrier time model. So we externalize a lot in order to win time. And of course, at the end, all the settings will be re-injected later in the standalone model. So now comes 2026. So here is some subject we will address in our roadmap. We have three main domains in which we want to improve. So the simulator, the carrier time models, and the FSS and the multi-body model. On the DIM 250, what we want to improve is driver immersion. So it's motion queuing, sound running. So I think we address exactly the same issue as all of you still face. For the CRT model, we will keep pushing on externalizing models. So we will continue to have a lot of externalized models for very specific things, steering, brake-by-wire, and so on. The idea behind this is always winning time for the sim session. And on comfort studies, so we improve the multi-models that were delivered by our design team. So now we have a quite mature model. And so what we want to improve is to adjust all the settings and to do a lot of replay today. But maybe in the future it will be real-time simulation. So I come to the end, as I still have some seconds. I want just to thank all the team in Alpine. So thank you, Luca, Margot, Jérôme, Hamza, Reda, Adrien, even if you decided to left us, and also guys that support us all the year, Thalys, Marc, Arthur, Julien, and Mathieu. So thanks for your attention, and I will be very nice to exchange with you. Thank you.